Okay, guys, I want to welcome you all to the Heat Team call. It is April 1st. This is no joke. This is an incredible lineup for tonight with Rhonda Hubbard. So I want to welcome you all. Thank you all for getting on. I had the extreme honor of doing speaking at a boot camp in early March and met Rhonda Hubbard. And let me just tell you, I'll give you her official bio here in a minute, but she's one that I've seen on stage at conferences and just was lighting up the entire conference center. And she was one that always kind of intimidated me, just absolutely intimidated me. And then I met her at the boot camp, and I cannot tell you how sincere and humble and genuine she is. So it was my honor to get to know her there and then to see her at conference and the incentive trip afterwards. So you may see her as a superstar, but I just want you to know how true God loving she really is. And that comes through with everything she does. I had the pleasure of speaking on her call last night, and she just breathes that through her entire team. I mean, it was just such a welcoming, wonderful team. So you inspire me every day. I mean, I just knew of you, and now to actually know you is a huge honor. So now to her official bio. Rhonda Hubbard is from Bonne Terre, Missouri, and I love this. It's a French town meaning good people, good earth, good people, and that is exactly who you are. She's a presidential marketing director of the Juice Plus Company and loves each day to get to lead and inspire her Hope Dealers on her team. What a cool name, Hope Dealers. Rhonda has been at the company for 20 years and she lives every day to the fullest. Her background includes elementary school teacher for 16 years, a graduate instructor at Southwest Baptist University, a certified fitness instructor. And if you see her on Facebook, she lives the mission and she's very fit as she inspires others. Vegan for 36 years. She eats nuts, seeds, and weeds. Rhonda has trained on the main stage of the Juice Plus European Conference. She has received numerous awards for achieving top performer within the US and our Juice Plus top of class team building bonuses. She's always leading and showing her team what to do. Recently, Rhonda was named top 100 in all of our global Juice Plus company. She also won the top leadership Elton Award at our Juice Plus Live in Indianapolis. She gives credit to her amazing team and mostly God for letting her serve people well, and that she certainly does. Her daily goal is to always leave a lasting impression with someone to brighten their day and lives by the statement that if we play small, we can't serve the world. Rhonda's greatest accomplishment is being a wife to Roland and a mother to Brett and Cody. And I can tell you, I also met Cody at that boot camp, and he has your same energy and the light in your eyes. I mean, I loved it. And so you are a phenomenal mother, phenomenal leader, and you just see that with everybody that you meet. So, I mean, to know you is to love you for sure. So I'm going to let you
Oh,
take it away.
oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Jennifer. How sweet. Your words are sweet. And you know what? I am wearing this blessing well tonight. And I am accepting all of those words that you shared with me. So thank you so much. We didn't even practice that, you guys. So just so you know. Okay. So I'm looking to see who I can see. I can see Stephanie. Stephanie, can you give me a thumbs up? Can you see my slideshow? Okay, so you guys, we're going to have some fun tonight. If you want to snap pictures, if you see something, don't try to write it down. Just to snap a picture if you can. There is no place like home. There is no place like the Juice Plus Company. And how many of you know The Wizard of Oz? You know this movie. Everybody knows it, right? It's a classic. It's from like the 1930s. And so, Dorothy, she had this beautiful dog named Toto that went everywhere with her, right? And then this storm, this terrible storm came, and Dorothy was knocked unconscious, and she had this crazy dream. And I'm going to go on to share a little bit more about the story as we go through this tonight. And I want to honor your time. So I'm going to go through these slides pretty quickly. Think about Dorothy in this story. She was pretty brave, wasn't she? She went to uh, go do what she needed to do, even when the storm was brewing, and she, hurried to get back home. And she was brave and she was persistent. Dorothy was very persistent once she landed in the land of Oz, right? Because she knew that the only way to get to where she wanted to go was to take that yellow brick road, and she had to be very persistent to do that. We have a yellow brick road in the Juice Plus Company. I'm going to talk about that too in a little bit. She was a hope dealer. She took the scarecrow along with her. She took the Tin Man and she took the lion and she gave them all hope. She continued to show them the vision of where they were going. Because, see, people follow people that know where they're going, right? So that's a question I have for you. Do you know where you're going? Does your team know where you're going? Dorothy's favorite quote and most popular quote in this movie is, "There's no place like home," right? And that's what I say about the Juice Plus Company. And let's talk about the scarecrow. Oh my gosh, he was so unsure of himself. Maybe some of you are sitting here tonight and you're just thinking, am I made for this? Can I do this? You're starting to question it. Maybe you're feeling confused. Maybe you're making this too hard. Before I got on here tonight, I went into prayer and I just prayed that God would open up your hearts and that I would say something to someone that would just give you that hope and that you are in the right place at the right time. And here's what the scarecrow continued to say: "I feel stuck. I can't make up my mind." Maybe some of you are feeling like the scarecrow. And he kept saying, "If I only had a brain," right? Maybe you're saying this over and over and you're continuing to tell yourself this. Be careful what you say, right? Your words are powerful. And let's talk about the lion. He's adorable, but boy, he was full of fear, right? And Dorothy continued to feed into him. He underestimated his self-value. Maybe some of you are sitting here tonight and you don't feel worthy and you're letting fear, the FEAR, the false evidence appearing real, get to you. Okay. That's why you continue to show up into these beautiful team huddles that Nikki and Jennifer are putting together for you. Continue to show up. That lion, all he needed was just more courage. We're going to talk about that tonight. And what the lion's famous quote is: "True courage is facing," my screen is in the way, "is facing danger even when you're afraid," right? So it's okay to have fear. Write that down if you're taking notes. It is absolutely okay to have fear. It's okay to have doubt, but you got to go for it anyway. And if you're Facebook friends with me, I'm going to tell something on myself tonight. I did a live, I don't know, sometime earlier this evening on, there's only 500 boxes of superfood left and of the beautiful box that we get. And I wanted to make sure people knew that they could still get it, but I was fearful. I had a little fear, but I went for it anyway. I got on there and I went for it anyway. So that's what we have to do. We have to just go for it anyway. The poor old Tin Man, he just rusted quickly. How many of you got excited in the beginning, but you've let yourself rust a little bit? Maybe you stopped giving experiences. You stopped doing the events. That's a really quick way to get rusty. It's easier to do this business than not to do it. And it's very hard to do this hot and cold. It's so much easier just to touch it a little bit every day and have that consistency. Maybe you're like the Tin Man and you just need that constant encouragement. Well, stick around, right? And get sticky. Plug into this community because we will encourage you. And maybe because the Tin Man, he just needed a heart, right? Maybe it's time you put more heart into your business and you quit overthinking it. Maybe it's time that you get out of your head and you get into your heart. What the Tin Man said continually through the movie is, you people with hearts have something to guide you. I always share with our team, wear your heart on your sleeve. All right. Just say what you're thinking. The other day I was doing a coaching with one of my girls and I said, "Diane, why don't you just say what you just said to me? Say that to your prospect. I'm afraid that you're going to think I'm just trying to make money on you. So I want to make sure that I put that out there so you know that." And that's not my intention. My intention is to help you because I know that you're tired and you're achy, whatever it might be, but wear your heart on your sleeve and put your heart into your business. Now, how many of you in the movie know the great and powerful Oz, right? And that is where Dorothy and her characters and the friends in the movie were trying to get to, following the yellow brick road. That's where they were trying to get to, right? The whole time. But they were so scared at the same time because they thought he was this great, big, scary thing, right? That come up on a screen. But in reality, and remember what that fear is: false evidence appearing real, right? We can either face everything and run, or we can fear everything and run, or we can face everything and rise. That's what fear stands for. And you guys know who this is, right? This is Kurt Beavers. I'm using Kurt because I'm getting ready to do this talk in Branson, and I know Kurt's going to be there. So the great and powerful Oz is just like you. He's just like me, right? They're not any different than us. Whoever you think, like Jennifer. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, I did not know that. I did not know she thought I intimidated her. Like, oh my goodness, I never want to intimidate anyone. Like, I didn't know that. So just know that the great and powerful Oz, even Kurt Beavers or Travis Garza, everybody gets up on the same side, at one leg at a time when they get out of bed. We're all the same. We're all the same. So let's follow the yellow brick road. All right. Let's talk about planning, connection, and growth. That's really my focus here tonight is planning, connection, and growth. I love to teach in threes. Are you ready to thrive in 2025? Because let me be honest with you. If your habits don't change this year, you're not going to have a new year. You're going to have the same old year with the same old stuff, right? It's hard truth telling, but it's the truth. I talk to my kids that way too, and my husband. And if I need to say it louder for the people in the back, I will, because you deserve to be told the truth, right? So here's what we do. We're going to talk about how we thrive with planning on the weekly. Let's focus on the weekly connection calls. How many of you are engaging in regular, consistent connection calls? In our team, we call them stir the pot because it's based on Hebrews 24, that if we go together with two, we can stir up love and good deeds in the world. And that's what we focus on. And our main focus, it really is, our main focus is to leave people in a better place than where we found them. Yes, we want the debit card. Yes, we want the person to go to the back office or juiceplus.com and sign up as a partner. But our goal is to leave somebody in a better place than where we found them. And I can really honestly say that I'm going on 21 years now, you guys, okay? This is the highest income producing activity that I do in my business, still 21 years down the road, okay? So are you duplicating that? Not just doing it, are you duplicating it? Are you showing up to your Monday night team huddle or your Tuesday night team huddle? Congratulations for being here. Things happen when you show up. And let's talk about experiences. I heard this today on our kickoff. I probably will not use the word events again. I'm not going to host events. I'm going to host experiences. Doesn't that sound like a more powerful word? I love that. I heard one of the little rock stars today talk about that on the kickoff. And I'm like, I'm using that. So you can either add or you can multiply in this business. You can add and you can get yourself a pretty good customer base and even qualify your business and you can pay some extra bills, right? I mean, and have fun doing it and know that at the night when you put your head on your pillow, you are making a huge difference. Or you can multiply and you can get really good at saying, write this down. Do you want to be a customer or do you want to join my team? And smile with teeth when you say it. Do you want to be a customer or do you want to join my team? I just said that tonight on the Facebook Live, right? So get really good at that one question. And you're either going to walk away with a customer or walk away with a new team member. Okay. And don't let fear set in with that. Okay. So that's what we do weekly. Let's talk about how we thrive with planning monthly. We attend at least one experience. Okay. Remember, that's an event. You attend at least one. Okay. Maybe it's a regional. Maybe it's your sponsor is hosting something. Maybe it's a doctor that's coming into town. You host at least one experience in the month. Like tomorrow night, I'm doing a happy hour. It's from 6:30 to 7:30, right? 6:30 to 7:30 happy hour. We're going to listen to Dr. Mitra Ray. We're going to have samples of the superfood. I'm going to have a display out, and I'm just going to host an experience. It's going to be very conversational. And then you want to engage with the end in mind. This is a great time to talk about that, you guys. So it's April 1st, right? This is no joke either. So think about where you want to be at the end of the month. Think about where your team's at. You can go to the back office now. We have so many wonderful things about the back office. Get comfortable in your back office. Go in there and play with things. You can't break anything. Go in there and look at where your people, you can get your projections of where your people's going to be. You can look right on their homepage of your back office, and you can start with the end in mind. And you can get on Boxer and say, Susie, I'm looking at your PBQ, I'm looking at your numbers, and this is where you're projected to be. You're only going to need 200 more points. What are you committed to doing this month? How can I support you? Right? Let's get you qualified, that kind of thing. So speaking in vision, because the last thing you want to do is go to somebody on the 25th of April and say, you need 5 quad orders to qualify your business. That's high pressure, right? That's real high pressure. So let's resist that and stay away from that. Let's start early in the month. Okay. So let's talk about how do you manage your month? Okay. And I learned this from Kurt Beavers. The 5th of the month. So like on Friday, I'll do this because I'm not going to do it Saturday. I'll do it on Friday. I put out a message to my team. Are you starting the month strong? Or I'll say, how are you starting the month strong? And they'll start talking and chatting in the Boxer chats on what they're doing, the connection calls, how they're stirring the pot, what experiences they have on their calendar. On the 15th of the month, I get into my Boxer chats and I say, are you managing your month well? And what does that look like? I want to know more. Tell me more. Okay. So how are you managing the month well? You've got your, like Heidi Biggs, right? You've got your empowered in an hour. Thank you for that, Heidi, because we use it on our team. So how are you managing the month well? And then we go to the 25th of the month, and on the 25th of the month, and I put these in my calendar. You can screenshot this if you want. I put these in my calendar so that every month I know when I get to that part of the month what I want to share with our team. I say, are you finishing the month strong? What do you want to get in place in the next few days to finish strong? And then I die by the side of the road helping them do that, right? If they're showing up and if they're being teachable. So that's a great thing. Here's how you can ask yourself 3 questions. These are really powerful. This is a great thing to do right now at the beginning of the month with your team. So if you're doing a team huddle or you're doing a little one-on-one with your leaders, like tomorrow, I meet with my leaders on Wednesday morning, I'll use these 3 questions. What went well last month? And I'll let them speak and share what did go well, right? We're going to celebrate first, right out of the gate. We're going to celebrate tomorrow. Okay. Number 2, what didn't go so well last month? Well, I said I was going to make these 5 phone calls and I didn't make them. And well, stop it, right? Just stop. Stop the behavior that did not go well and knock out self-sabotage, because sometimes that's what we do, right? And the 3rd question, what can I do better this month? Isn't that refreshing to know that we have a clean slate? It's a fresh month, right? The calendar is open and you can put in the experiences and you can, stay true to what it is that you want. Okay. And let me finish up with thriving with planning for the year. So what does a year in advance look like in Rhonda Hubbard's calendar? And leaders across the world, with the Juice Plus company, it's Juice Plus live dates. Those are already in my calendar. And the dates that, that I don't have the calendar, like for 26, 27, they're in my calendar at the back of my calendar. So I always have those. You can go get all of those dates right there on the Juice Plus Live app. Okay. And I highly encourage you to put those in. I have a niece who's getting married. She got engaged over a year. It's be right at a year. And as soon as she got engaged, I made sure she had my Juice Plus Live events. I'm like, you cannot get married on these dates. You pick any other time, but you cannot get married on these dates. Okay. And then you want to choose at least one boot camp to attend. Okay. At least one. And take people with. You don't want to keep showing up by yourself. And please don't keep showing up with the same people. Nothing will change. If you want movement and you want growth, take at least one new person with you. And attend your nearest Juice Plus regional. Those are smaller events, but they are so impactful. Even if you have to drive 3-4 hours, it is worth the training. It is worth the travel. And if you just do it, you'll understand. Okay, so let's take a breath, grab a sip of water. Will you have obstacles and challenges? You're shaking your head. I see some of you shaking your head. Of course you will. In the movie of The Wizard of Oz, the wicked witch of the West or the East, I don't remember which one she was, but she was wicked. And she had these flying monkeys, and they were always trying to stop Dorothy. They were trying to throw obstacles and challenges in her way to stop her from reaching the great and powerful Oz, right? She was on the yellow brick road. She was on her way, just like many of you. You're on your way to the next step. You're on your way to the next level. And unfortunately, we do have obstacles and challenges, right? And there's 4 enemies of regret that Tommy Newberry speaks about. Tommy Newberry is a Christian author, one of my favorite teachers. He talks about distraction. Because even though we have phone numbers written in our calendar and we know who we're going to talk to that day, we may start going over and picking up the socks or doing the laundry or getting hooked on a Netflix binge or whatever. And we distract ourselves, right? Instead of just getting in there and doing the do. Do it even if you don't feel like it. And it feels so good. Dispersion, that's when you say yes to everything and everyone around you. And then you have no boundaries and everybody's yanking your chain. That's the nice way I can say it. And there's no boundaries. So be careful because that is an enemy of regret. You will have so much regret if you get distracted and you walk into Indianapolis in September 25th, 26th, 27th, and you don't accomplish what you said you were going to do. And if you let dispersion take you in all different directions and you say yes, because I tell you what, some of you are really go-getters on here. I know who you are. You know who you are. And everybody's going to come at you and want you to serve on this committee at church. They're going to want you to do this over here. And they're going to ask you to do this. And you just have to get good at saying, thank you for thinking of me. I can't give you my best yes right now. Circle back to me in 3 months or 6 months, whatever. And ask me again. Maybe at that time I can say yes. But right now I can't give you my best yes. Okay. Drifting. That's another enemy of regret. Drifting is not showing up to the Tuesday night team huddle that Nikki and Jennifer's putting on and saying, oh, well, I'll skip tonight because it sure is nice in the daylight hours. I'd rather just sit outside and do my own thing. I'll get on next week. Next week comes and you're like, oh, I think I'm just going to skip this week because, they're having that Rhonda Hubbard and I really don't want to hear what she has to say anyway. So I'm just going to skip that one too. And before you know it, you're drifting, and you drift away. And I call it going MIA, going into the witness protection program. And then you stop using Voxer, you cut off communication. And I'm just going to say it, the enemy will get you in an isolated place where it could be dark. And that could be scary. That could be scary. So stay connected. And the 4th enemy of regret is delay. Delay. You say you're going to do it, and then you say, oh, well, I can do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Those are dangerous words, right? So be careful of those enemies of regret. Thrive with connections. Every day have thriving connections. I love what your leader, Jennifer Straub, shared with our team last night. Pennies in the pocket. Take 10 pennies in your pocket when you leave in the morning and have 10 conversations. And as you have those conversations, move those pennies over to the other side of your pocket, to the next pocket, right? Be accountable. I thought you might be one of the ones. I say that a lot to my people. I thought you might be one of the ones. I'm having a happy hour tomorrow night, and I thought about you. Will you be here? Or I use this statement. Most people like you, that feel tired or achy, they get started on the quad. So I'm just going to recommend the quad. I'll send you the link. If I send you the link, will you order tonight? I don't have time to mess around. I get straight to the point, right? People are busy. We got to get straight to the point. There's another one. You don't have to suffer. If I share a simple solution, would you take a look at it? And we stir the pot. I talked about that. Social media. How are you showing up? Jennifer talked a little bit about that. I am absolutely who God created me to be. I don't try to be anybody else. And so, I post my workouts. I post inspirational. I'm hoping it's inspirational to people. I post who I'm partnering with to do tower gardens at our new little learning center. I talk about, the specials, the incentives that are coming out. I'm always highlighting our team because I love these people so much. I get on and I do the videos. I do a wellness presentation. Have you thought about that? Going live and just do a wellness presentation? You can get maybe 12 to 22 people in your home or 6 people in your home for a wellness event. But if you go live on Facebook, you can get 200, 400, 800 people in your living room. This was a huge piece that I did. and got several orders and a partner just because I put myself out there. So thrive with growth. Okay. Just thrive with growth. Mindset is everything. What are you telling yourself every morning? Are you connecting? My belief, are you connecting with your creator first thing every morning before you pick this up and let the world start telling you what to think? Because that's what this will do. The world will start guiding you in a different direction. I'm very protective of that in the morning. What are you focused on? Are you focused on the newest, greatest Netflix binge, or are you focused on your self development and plugging into Kurt Beaver's Best Year Ever or the kickoff for the Juice Plus Company did today? Because you get what you focus on, and you can do anything that you set your mind to. Jennifer reminded our team of this last night, and I'm going to remind you, if you're feeling stuck or discouraged, you got to get back to your why. Why did you start sharing Juice Plus? And these 30 reasons why sheet, if you don't have it, I can get it to you. But mark this down, take a picture of it, whether you think you can or can't. I want to see your beautiful faces in Indianapolis, September 25th, 26th, 27th. Okay. You got to be there because there's no place like home with the Juice Plus Company. All right. Here's where I'm going to slow down. You have always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. You've always had the power. And don't you know, I'm breaking out right now in chills just sharing this with you because I believe in you or I wouldn't be here tonight. I believe in you. Jennifer believes in you. Nikki believes in you. There is no place like home with the Juice Plus Company because of Jay Martin. To create a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. I could tell you story after story tonight. I know I don't have time, but what this company has done for our family, what they mean to our family, how they love your family, and how they care about the next generation. There's no place like home with the Juice Plus Company because now, with the time freedom and the financial flexibility, I get to give back to my community. I started a non-for-profit organization for children with any kind of childhood disease where financially we get to support families. We're going into our 10th year, and God has been blessing it every single year, even through the pandemic. We were able to rise above and just write out checks to families. There is nothing better. It's terrible what families go through when a child is sick and diagnosed. And this is a little way that we can give back. I also host a Rise to Inspire Her. Rise is respect, integrity, service, and excellence. God gave me that word years ago. It's our team word, but I started a women's leadership conference called Rise to Inspire Her. And it has just been such a blessing to our community. It's just another way to give back. And there's no place like home with the Juice Plus Company because we got to make our family a priority. You know, I was not going to let the world raise these sweet little boys when they were 3 and 5 years old. And my mama, my sweet mama there, the doctor told her she had 3 years to live and she would be on dialysis. And that was about as good as it gets. That's when I jumped on a plane and went to San Diego to the Natural Alternatives Institute. And I learned about these Juice Plus food powders. And we came home and I started flooding her body with that 21 years ago. We got 15 good quality years with my sweet mama. She got to be off medications. I wish I could tell you she changed her lifestyle. She did not. We just flooded her body with a lot of Juice Plus, and she never went on dialysis. You guys, we reversed some kidney damage. I'm telling you this because it's her story. We don't have research to back that up, but that's her story. And she got to live long, and she died at 90 years young. And I'm so grateful for that every day. We got to raise our boys. We're a family of 4. My husband and I are now enjoying our empty nest where we're just enjoying traveling and just having fun together. And there's no place like home with the Juice Plus Company because I can play hard. I can love hard. I love to teach. God expanded my classroom when I left the elementary classroom. He expanded my classroom to thousands and thousands. My husband and I get to have fun, and I get to rise up team members. This is Michelle and Emily. They just got to attend the Built to Last. It was like a dream come true, not only to be invited to something special like that, to be able to take team with me. It made a huge difference. And there's no place like home because I get to be a part of a mission with a beautiful team. This is a fun picture we took at one of our conferences. And you guys, I just want to ask you, are you ready to write your story? And sometimes we're not in control of the hand that we're dealt, right? This is my beautiful niece. She was 2 weeks old. She was in our wedding. Her name is Haley. This is Haley's dad. He passed away 5 years ago. This is Haley's mom, my sister. She had a stroke. Now she has dementia. Some days she knows me, some days she don't. And it's hard, right? It's hard. Things happen, challenges, things happen. And I just get to love her. And now this is Haley all grown up, and I get to travel with her. I take care of her. She is my pride and joy because I have two boys. Um, but there's no place like the Juice Plus Company, because at the drop of a hat, when her boyfriend came and asked for the blessing for her hand in marriage, it was 24 hours when he did that they were going to jump on a plane and go to Vegas, and he was surprising her with the proposal. And I said, can I go? Right? I promise she won't see me on the plane. So this is me actually holding that sign up. I disguised myself. We were 12 rows back behind her on the plane. I passed her in the airport. She didn't know who I was. It was a miserable day because I didn't have any makeup on. I had no hair, jewelry, no fingernails. I was miserable because I love being a girl and I was so plain Jane. But this is my other sister with me. And we just had the best time. This is Gary. Gary was on the flight with us and he got in on it. The flight attendants were in on the big surprise. They made videos. We surprised them. It was one of the best memories. And here they are in Vegas. And we came running down the street after he proposed and we let them have their moment. But we got to surprise them. And I had a bubble gun that went with me and everything. Like, it was the most beautiful moment. And now, just this past weekend, you guys, don't take a picture of this, she'll kill me. This past weekend, this is what I got to do. I got to be there with her as she picked out her wedding gown. These are the moments financially, flexibility, time, flexibility. Like, it's just the most beautiful thing. So let me finish up here with 5 lessons from Dorothy. Okay. Lesson 1 is belief. Do you believe that you already have what it takes to reach your goal? Because I'm telling you, you do. Dorothy didn't know it, but she had it all along. She always had the power. She just didn't know it. Lesson number 2 from Dorothy: honor gifts and talents. Are you honoring your strengths? Are you using what God gave you? Maybe he didn't give you what he gave Jennifer. Maybe he didn't give you what he gave Stephanie, but he gave it to you. Are you using it? And will you overcome the obstacles and find joy in every day? And lesson 3 from Dorothy: are you facing your fears and asking for help along the way? Because if you don't ask for help, we don't know it, right? You've got to know that this is a community that will love you and build you up. And lesson 4 is always look within. Imagine what you could accomplish if you choose to look within yourself. And will you hold yourself accountable? Will you put those pennies in your pocket? Will you have those conversations? And lesson 5 is take responsibility. Can you stop blaming yourself or making excuses? Will you start asking yourself, how can I be better? How can I do better? Because there's no place like home and this Juice Plus company. And I want to share with you that maybe in your business, you're like the scarecrow. Maybe this is the scarecrow's hat, okay? Maybe you just need to remember that you do have what it takes. And you stop wishing that you were smarter. Stop wishing that you were better and use what God's already given you. Maybe you need the badge of courage that the lion needed, okay? Put that badge of courage on. Wear your heart on your sleeve. And maybe you're like the Tin Man. Maybe you just need to put more heart into your business and get out of your head. Because I can promise you, these are Dorothy's red slippers, okay? I would wear these to the mailbox every day if I could. Like, I love these slippers, and there is no place like home. And you have always, always had the power, my dear. I love you all. Thank you so much. Come up and say hello to me at the next boot camp or the next conference. I want to see you. Thank you, Jennifer, for your invitation.
Well, I cannot thank you enough. Now, my camera's been disabled by accident by Nikki. I've even called in on my phone. It's disabled there too. but she told me to jump off and jump back on, and I was so scared to miss anything. So I'm sorry
Aw.
y'all can't see me. I cannot tell you how excited I am to hear this again. And I picked up so much more the second time. I have been taking notes just feverishly. If my camera on, you just see me looking down anyway. I love all the things. I mean, do you want to be the customer, or do you want to order? You want to be a customer, or do you want to join my team? Love that. I absolutely love that. So many other things. I love how you broke it down to weekly, monthly, and yearly. I mean, this has given us the lesson plan of how, like, you're such a good teacher of how we are to do this business. So I cannot thank you enough for just, oh, I also love, I thought you may be the one, or most people like you. Oh my gosh, those are words of gold that we can use. You don't have to suffer. I mean, guys, so many nuggets that we learned tonight. So, Rhonda, thank you. Thank you for pouring into us like you pour into your team. You exemplify one team, one mission. You absolutely exemplify that. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Since you all have your camera on, she can see you, but also unmute yourself and just give Rhonda just a warm thank you from the Heat team because you are fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you,
were good.
Rhonda.
Thank you.
Rhonda.
Love
Yay,
you all.
Rhonda, it was
Thank you,
beautiful.
Very
Rhonda.
much.
He did that. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
always have the power.
And you
Thank
did
you.
rock those at the boot camp. I mean, you were great wearing your red, and she had the whole big yellow brick road. I mean, just inspiring. So
Super cool.
Awesome training.
Right.
Thank you so
Good
much.
night,
You're
everybody.
awesome.
Thank
Love
you.
you all. Thank you, Rhonda. It was beautiful.
Thank you for having me. I love to serve and I love to share. Thank you. Love you all.
Good night, everybody.
thank
Good
you. Good
night.
night, guys.
Bye.